I went to visit my customs agent in Bolivia, and they said, "What did you just do?" Because I told them, I said, "I actually don't have the money to import this." They told me I was crazy, and they kind of panicked. You know, they're like, "Well, we're signing on this too. What if you can't pay it? We're gonna have to like sell all our vehicles and pool money, and we'll end up with this airplane we don't know what to do with." My name is DJ Knott. I founded with my wife Gospel Mission Aviation in 2015. We work in Bolivia. We've been there since, and our focus is the most remote places beyond the reach of the Adventist Church. So we're going in there with medical teams and following up with Bible work, and we use aviation to support that effort. So I wanted to share a little testimony of God's goodness and something that's really bolstered our faith in the last few months. We finished building a brand new mission plane for Bolivia in November last year, and things weren't quite ready to take it to Bolivia, so we left it in Georgia and got the paperwork ready. The other thing we were struggling with is we didn't have money to ship it. We didn't have money to import it. And so over November, December, January, we were praying for that, and we actually experienced some of the leanest, tightest times financially we've ever experienced. In all of our time in Bolivia, God has always provided everything that was needed. And he continued to do so during those months, but it was very tight. It was, rent and basic stipends for our Bible workers and nothing extra, nothing we could put towards bringing the airplane down. So we got to the point in February where I was praying, "Lord, if you want us to bring it, I need money for a ticket north and the container to put it in, and I'll go and I'll pack it." So that was kind of the sign we were praying for. And in March, we got the money for a ticket north and the container. So I traveled to Georgia, got some help, we packed the airplane. We finished packing the airplane, we still didn't have money to ship it. One of our friends who's a missionary in Belize helped us set up the shipping. We didn't know how much it would cost, but I knew it would be around $10,000. He started arranging the shipping, and we still didn't have the money to ship it. When we finally got the bill, we had the exact amount needed to pay, and it was much lower than we expected. It was around $6,500. And so that was paid. The airplane was on the way. I went to visit my customs agent in Bolivia, and they said, "What did you just do?" Because I told them, I said, "I actually don't have the money to import this." They're saying, "Well, this is a 2023 aircraft. There's a good chance they're going to value it much higher than you think because of its recent construction. And being a home-built aircraft, it wasn't worth $500,000, but they warned me it could be valued at that." And they said, "What are you going to do? If that happens, you could owe $100,000 of taxes." And I just had to tell them, I don't know, God has the solutions. He provided to ship it, and I'm sure he's going to provide for the taxes. And also, he's in control of customs as well. He can do what he wants to do with that. So it was on its way. They told me I was crazy, and they kind of panicked. They're like, "Well, we're signing on this too. What if you can't pay it? We're going to have to like sell all our vehicles and pool money, and we'll end up with this airplane we don't know what to do with if you can't pay it." But we had peace about it because we had the sign that we asked for. And there ended up being some delays, which was providential. But we were praying, and the time kept coming up for it to arrive, and then there'd be a delay, and we still didn't have any money for the import. Nothing. And so I still had peace about it, and I was like, God's going to do something big, because what we've learned is that when he puts you through tough times, tight times, he's reminding us where the blessings come from, and that we need to ask him. We can't just assume. And so we knew he had been preparing us for a big blessing, but it was still totally clear skies, nothing out there. And one day, a donor called me he's actually an A&P mechanic. He's not, he doesn't bring in a big salary, but he called me and he said, "I've heard that the import's going to cost approximately this much." He said, "I'd like to cover it all." And I didn't know what to say, because I'm like, how in the world would you be able to do that? we're talking about $30,000 here. How would you be able to do that? And I didn't ask the question, but that was definitely in my mind. And he said, well, we wouldn't normally be able to do this, but we've had an extraordinary circumstance and God's blessed us and we want to do it. We want to do it all. So it was a big day of rejoicing, to see that God answered those prayers, and he took us right up to the wire. And then the question was, how is Customs going to value the plane? And so the plane arrived, and they told me there's two possibilities. Either it goes green channel, where they don't inspect, they don't question the valuation you've put. We had an appraisal done and everything. They won't question that if it's green channel. If it's red channel, they question everything. They inspect everything, and you better be prepared.